Hello!
Hello.
Do you want to review anything? It's only been like an hour.
Well, it's been an hour for us. It's been like 2 or 3 days for everyone else.
Okay, well, hi, welcome back. It's
Hey, we're at a trial. Sayaka died, and Junko died.
But we're only doing the trial for Sayaka.
Yeah, because nobody really questions how Junko died. It was pretty obvious.
So you can open your e-handbook, which is all the truth bullets that you received that you'll be using.
I feel like I remember most of the pieces of evidence.
You can run through them for the people that haven't seen this in 2 or 3 days,
okay,
like you said.
I get it. I'm so sorry.
Monokuma file.
I'm just so sorry, Matt.
It's fine. I forgive you.
Okay,
evidence of a struggle.
Her talons are scratching.
Also, I would recommend at least clicking on them and reading what they say, even if we don't read them out loud.
Gotcha.
Just use
Scratches the couches of the module of Makoto's room. Makoto took it to the gym entry, put it in his room, sword was found with its sheath on the floor. The sword handle was missing some of the gold coating, as was part of the blade.
Yes, the sheath, scratched.
Makoto took it from the gym, the sheath was found some distance from the sword itself, and
Scratched.
evidence of being
I've
scratched.
also realized something, but keep going for now, and then I'll explain
She defended herself with it. And then it scratched up the sheath, and then she was like...
I mean, I know how this trial works.
Oh,
I'm
snap.
not realizing anything about the trial.
On the night of the murder, Makoto and Sayaka traded rooms and room keys. When the victim was discovered, Makoto's room key was also found in Makoto's room. As
Sayaka asked her to switch. When someone attempted to force her way into her room, she became spooked.
Yep.
Happy spooky season.
Toolkit
We're
has
well
not been
past
used.
Halloween at this point, but...
Not a single hair was found on the floor of the scene. That's...
Glitter, wrist...
broken with blood.
11037.
As she lay dying.
11037.
What could it mean? Who knows?
What could it mean?
Probably the number of times she was stabbed.
Door doesn't open.
Dude, yeah, door doesn't open. The doorknob was ripped off because somebody didn't know the trick to opening it.
The same nameplates were switched.
That much I don't understand, really.
The knives were missing a knife.
Yeah, we know where it is, but...
Hina says Makoto was not in the dining hall.
Yeah, that's helpful. Trash block, sturdy gate, and through the gate there is the incinerator,
turned on,
which was on, which Hifumi could not have done. And
burnt shirt piece.
Burnt shirt, presumably the rest of it was in the incinerator, and this was the thing that was thrown to turn on the incinerator.
Sick. Okay, now what I've realized is I opened the game with keyboard controls, and you're gonna need gamepad controls for this.
Cool. How do I fix it?
We're gonna save and exit the game and then reopen it.
Do I need to save?
No.
How do I do this?
No, you don't need to. I'll just do it. But
I'll
we'll be right back.
So professional.
Sick. Okay, see, you can ever so slightly see. I mean, you're supposed to see, but you can see kind of the border of the green screen.
It looks pretty good.
It's fine. It looks great.
Looks
okay,
lovely.
whatever. It's fine. Well, I apologize if green screen is funky this episode.
It's all good. I'll forgive
because
you.
I have. We're learning. It's a little later in the day than we normally record, but ready for a trial?
I'm ready to finish my
Well,
preparation.
you should probably set skills first. Because you have some skills, remember.
Cool and composed. Steadies my aim. Non-stop debate and Hangman's
For now, I would
Gambit.
probably just use as much as you have, you know?
Melodious voice increases damage to the opponent when a statement is
I would
destroyed.
just use what you have at this point.
I want to learn what they do. Increases bullet capacity.
You have exactly 9 points, and you have exactly 9 points worth of skills. So these are the skills you got from free time, remember?
This is stressful. Because I don't know what I'm going to need this for.
It'll explain
Alright, I got skills.
ad nauseam.
I got skills to discuss the kills. So now, let's go into the trial, if you
do it, I guess.
You wills.
Let's do it, but also, if my wife comes, I'm just gonna go say hello to her.
Nope, yeah.
And you can just keep
Let's
playing.
begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
It's all voice acted, hallelujah.
Your votes will determine the results.
I love that.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick
I
the
don't like his belly
wrong
button.
one, then
Why not?
I'll punish everyone
protruding a little bit too
besides
much.
the
It's too
blackened,
present.
And the one that
fair.
deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then, everyone close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
I love
Be a
him.
goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
That's so sweet.
Friendship penetrates.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
Is it jarring to hear her voice?
It really is.
Most of them we try to keep pretty.
There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
It's for Ellery Queen.
Stop with Ellery.
No reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Okay, big fat lie.
Hey, that about does it
There's
for the
16 seats.
preamble.
What about that's a lie?
Somebody else is supposed to be here.
First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
There's about to begin the debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything.
Focus, Matt. Your life's on the line.
Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more?
Should I listen to
You should.
more?
These are the instructions. Yes.
I'll hear more.
As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates.
Okay.
During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause.
Just like they normally do.
So you don't. No, what it's saying is you don't progress the speech.
Right, I figured.
You could just read it. I don't.
All right.
Do we need
Any
to
lies,
read all of the
contradictions?
narrator?
I'll have to use my truth bullets to refute what they say. That's cool. Any relevant bullets you found during the investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Left stick to aim, fire with Y. That's this button. Gotcha.
That is that button.
Pay close attention to their statements and blast the right ones. If you run out of time, you'll automatically fail, so be
I've
careful.
literally ran out of time like twice in the entirety of this series.
Cool.
They give you so much time. And start button to see the controls.
So it's just aim and fire.
For now, yes.
Dope. Make your argument.
Evidence of a struggle. That's your truth bullet.
Do I need to fire it?
When there's something to
I
fire it
assert that
at.
the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
Oh gosh, this is stressful.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
So it seems most likely that
Yeah.
the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
No.
She didn't even have a chance to resist.
So the yellow ones are the ones you shoot.
What?
The yellow text is the one that you shoot.
Oh, so I wasn't supposed to shoot there.
No, you have to aim and shoot. So you have to aim at the text that you want to argue against.
Oh, I
and
thought I
shoot
was
it.
just shooting the person who
No,
was wrong.
No, you're shooting the text. Also,
Wrong.
let me see if I can just real quick, because I always forget that music is so loud in these trials.
Yeah.
I think I usually just not that quiet. Like, yeah, like
That
there.
looks lovely. It's fantastic. Great content.
Should be good. I'll cut it. Play the friggin' game. If Sayaka hadn't resisted at all, there's no explanation for what happened in my room. So, it's notorious for the explanations not being great, so I'll help you play.
So I'm only so it's going to tell me when something's wrong.
So there are going to be yellow spots. Let's see what this says.
If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will
Okay, so it's just telling you that you'll do it again. Some words will appear in a different color. That represents a potential hole, a weak spot. So
Okay.
you have to shoot. Right now there's only one. This trial really babies you into it. The second game does not. It's like, here you go, go. But
Lovely.
basically, you can only shoot yellow words, and
I shoot at the words that
you
are
shoot
yellow.
at the words that are yellow if they're wrong.
Okay.
It's not always, the yellow
The
words
yellow
aren't
ones are
always wrong.
Sometimes true. Gotcha. Okay,
I
let's
assert
try
that
this
the
one
who
more
was
time,
murdered
baby.
Was Miss Sayaka
Also,
Maizono.
I usually watch these on double
We
speed
know that part already.
Faster.
when I watch people play it,
took place
and it
in
is
Makoto's
fascinatingly slow to listen to right now.
So it seems most likely that
They give you
Yeah.
a fast forward
the
button
killer must
eventually
have taken
too.
her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
All right, all right.
She didn't even have a chance to
Hold up,
resist.
baby girl. She had a chance.
No, that's wrong!
Objection.
No, the meme is no, that's wrong in this game. That's what they all
Just
say.
a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Exactly the same as
There was a dead girl in it.
With the way things
There
have been
wasn't any
going,
hair.
I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Well, presumably Sayaka.
Between the lint roller and the hair.
The sword had to break it up.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
Somebody should-
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then
What?
she ran to the
forget.
bathroom to try and hide.
Her voice actor is actually one of my favorites.
I love
in
it.
this
It sounds
game.
lovely.
Followed her in.
She doesn't do
and
anything.
that's
Some of
what
these are like
finished the job.
That much should have
do
been
a lot
obvious
in
after
voice
taking
acting,
one
and
look
some
at
like
the
Byakuya Celeste
It
are
shouldn't
hardly in
even need
anything.
Sorry.
Like Hina,
Yeah, come on, Chihiro. You're kind of like Look at her. She's crying already. She's probably a killer.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but Hina's voice actress is the same as Morgana in Persona 5.
Love
Kitty
Okay,
Cat.
so what's
and also
next?
the same as Green Girl from
Next is the subject
Fire
of the
Emblem.
murder weapon.
Okay.
5-3 houses or whatever.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Do you think it was?
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka.
There was a knife in her stomach. I think we know what was used.
What was used?
The lint roll.
Like I said, they super baby this trial. It's
Kitchen knife set. Is it gonna tell me in the rest of the game which bullet I'm using?
No.
Okay, that's gonna make it more
It'll give you
interesting.
more options eventually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be entertaining.
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
Wrong.
So the killer used some random knife they had.
No.
That's wrong.
No, that's wrong. That's what I try to channel when I do his voice.
Get a haircut. Wrongy.
I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive
You
it was a
good?
kitchen knife.
Yeah, I'm just not that interested in stuff I already know.
Kitchen knife?
I mean,
After the
fair.
murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Isn't it gonna be kind of suspicious that he has all the evidence and
Which
all the
means
facts?
That knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Real
Look
close.
real close.
Let's look real close for a minute.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
Into your hands, Leon.
We all know Makoto killed her, right?
Right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
She's so cute.
And this is just a wild take. I called it, but like I just don't like her.
After we presented our arguments.
Wow.
One of my stream moderators likes Toko.
Well, I don't like you.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
You're trying
I
to
don't
change
think that's
it
true at
to
all.
subject,
I'm
Mr.
sure
Killer
if we keep
Man.
at it, something new will reveal itself.
Makoto?
Daniel, I
Case.
wonder who you think is the killer.
Leon.
Really believe that?
In case you missed it. Gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it.
Because I know there's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Just go through it for the buttons, because I don't know the buttons.
Absolutely.
I would literally just teach you everything, but I don't know the buttons.
Concentrate, hold down RB. While you're
bumper.
concentrating, time will slow down.
Yeah, so you can slow down what they're saying.
So I can just slow down whenever I need to.
Yes, but you have a gauge for how long you can do that.
Okay, does it refill? Over
It
time,
recovers
yes,
over
lovely.
time.
Need to rush.
Good luck and have fun.
That's such good manners. Good luck, have fun. I love that. Thanks, Danganronpa. He knows I count. Okay.
So I guess there's
No question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon.
So you see that bar on the right?
Yeah, wait, did I use it all already?
Yeah. You can use it while it's charging back up.
I know.
From the kitchen, right?
No.
You did it in the dining hall.
Glad I did that because I absolutely hit A instead of Y.
For the record, sometimes there's funny flavor text after. Some people will let
Okay,
it run
wait,
through once.
hold on.
Like I said, it's your playthrough. You
Didn't
do whatever
take
you
the knife
want.
from the kitchen.
I usually was like, I
You
know,
say
and
you're
I would
not
just
the
throw
killer,
it. But
right? Go ahead.
It's
and Say
okay.
it all you
You
want.
don't need to be scared. I will comfort you.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were
that's a
telling
cute
me
sprite of
earlier?
hers. They're like, well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. When I finished my tea, I went back into the kitchen and washed my glass. One of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? This means flashbacks.
Yeah, we know exactly what she's saying.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared
Yellow text.
while you were in
Gotta
the
shoot
dining
it.
hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah, like,
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time.
I was struggling with Sayaka in the room.
I was too busy punching her.
I was slashing the walls.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
That's not true, because I want to be in on it with you.
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
What?
I just like
Oh,
her
the
vibrating.
faces, yeah. Yeah, it does that. It's a
I'd
choice.
like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
The bear?
So you
Oh.
asked.
The bear.
So
I thought it was gonna be
answer.
Celeste just because that's what I got in my head.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Then why would I bother being an accomplice?
So in other
Yeah.
words, two people can work
Unless-
together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
So the other one essentially would want to get the other person killed so they can increase their chances of...
Yeah.
So if I was an accomplice, I'd intentionally hide a piece of evidence and just be like, no, I found this proof that you killed them. And then everybody would be like, oh, there you go, get them out.
But then you're all still stuck in school. The only way for you to really escape the school
is die or kill everyone else, right?
Yeah.
That's my take on it so
Pretty
far.
much. The only way, from what the bear has established, the only way to escape the school is to kill someone and get away with it in this
Yes.
trial, and then everyone else
There's
dies
no
and
way
you
anyone
leave.
would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Oops.
Anyway,
Monokuma's a
I didn't
mood
go to the
sometimes, though.
dining
He's like,
hall,
just shut up,
and
whatever.
I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
It was Leon.
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all,
I don't
she
think
just
that's right.
said
I
she
forget
was
that
in
it
the dining
exists.
hall.
She's
no
like,
way!
do
I
you
swear
want
it
to
wasn't
die?
me.
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's
Shame that the most relatable character is about to go down.
right.
No!
Couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
No, Leon
Actually,
sucks.
No.
But that was exactly what I've been doing the whole
Spit
time.
it out already.
I
It said
stayed
their
in Hina's
names.
room last night.
It does here.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos.
Anyway, Sakura stayed
I
in
wasn't
Hina's
really-
room.
Which means
Alright, cool, we have aired.
Don't skip the word. I'm just telling you.
Violate one of the school regulations?
Waved it off.
We're not
I didn't wave it off. I was
allowed to
repeating it because I didn't know if we were listening.
But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Which is why,
So-
okay.
I like that's
I
right too.
don't think that's a
Keep going.
problem.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I thought he was referring to Sayaka.
No, he was referring to Hina and Sakura.
It wasn't either of you.
So,
then whatever
Taka's great.
possibility is
I
there?
love Taka. He just
Actually, there is one
it's
other possibility.
unwholesome.
Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Who was it?
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
It was Junko!
Someone who's not here. Are you talking about?
Sayaka.
Oh.
She's the one who came to the dining hall.
Yes, Junko was
And
it.
later,
It was a suicide. Oh no!
No. Sayaka. Oh gosh. Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was. Daniel, you only have 2 minutes. I don't want to make you panic, but you only have 2 minutes.
Shut up! I'm thinking. I have to do this fast.
This is the dumbest trial.
It was Monokuma. Look at his little greedy little claws.
Just pick
What sins could they commit? Alright, it was Sayaka, right?
You are the one answering the.
I low-key have kind of not been paying
I
much
know,
attention.
that's my problem. The sentence directly before this was
Said
okay.
Sayaka
So
was in the
Sayaka took
kitchen.
the knife from the dining hall. Yes, it's Sayaka.
I just wanted to make sure.
Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only
Probably wanted to just defend herself, right? Because she was like, oh hey, here's this like paper sword that didn't do anything.
It's not paper, it's just not.
No, it was bad.
She was acting kind of unusual.
She was alive. Just not like her for these days.
When she came into the dining hall,
But
she
don't-
didn't
but
even
don't
look
shut
at
up.
us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
Like a good woman. Nope,
that
just kidding. I'm kidding.
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely,
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
After all, I was trying
So
to kill
you're
her.
saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and
I don't like
she
to
was
throw
killed with it?
this term around lightly. Makoto simps for Sayaka like really hard, and I feel him. You know?
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
That's all. Just wanted to throw that out
Yeah,
there.
I mean, yeah.
He did do it after all.
Like, that sprite gives me such mixed emotions. Because on one hand...
Every time she opens her mouth, I get mixed emotions.
Because on one hand, it's like really cute, but on the other hand, it's just off-putting enough to be unsettling.
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
I think Hifumi's shaky face
You
is
too,
the best fun.
Yeah, you possess one too, Hifumi.
Anyways. Oh, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? They convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, can we have some more evidence?
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Enough poetry, what are you talking about?
What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there.
The murderer.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit. You shoot letters.
Cool.
You shoot letters to spell a word.
Gambit will eventually take place. Point us through an important phrase in the incident. Ah, lovely. Letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting them down in the right order.
Left stick to aim, Y button to shoot.
Am I just visually, like...
You'll see.
Assembling it and then I'm shooting it down?
You'll see. If you shoot the wrong answer, you lose points.
Right, I assumed.
Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point.
Probably the...
If we can just figure out what that something is, you'll figure it. Don't worry. You'll figure it out.
I don't know, Matt.
What?
What if I don't? What if I lose and die? Then I get a game over. Hina!
So I will say, they don't
Which
tell you
button
this.
is it?
It's Y. They don't tell you this. You have to shoot it from yellow, orange, red. You have to get it, like, fully shot.
Wait, what?
So, like, the letters don't... You have to shoot them multiple times to get it to count.
I'm so confused.
There.
Lovely.
But that one's not fully red, so you have to shoot it multiple times. You see what I'm saying?
Nope, not in the slightest. But you know what? I got it.
It's like a color progression. It starts yellow, and the more you shoot it, the hotter it gets.
Oh, I
and
have
then
to keep shooting the same
shooting
letter.
the same letter.
That's right.
So, the culprit removed some
In trying to
evidence?
complain about the controls and the terrible explanations, I think I'm making it worse. But it's
Yes.
fine.
And if I were the culprit...
No, it's fine. I just don't think either one of you, between you and the game, I don't think anybody told me.
Hair's missing.
I got
all
that.
the hair in my own room. It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
It's not your room anymore.
The
They changed the
reason all
plans.
the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
Except they forgot one important detail. That
body.
told us that she
Makes
knows.
sense, does it not?
No.
Everyone in this
If that
game
were
is
the
an
case,
idiot, and
they
I
would have
love
had
it,
to
but
do
I
something
hate it.
about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
I don't know, Mr. Skeptic.
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been
Because
there.
his hair would have stood out.
Yeah, I mean, let's be fair, a lot of their hairs would have stood
Yeah,
out.
that's true. His would come off in one piece.
But assuming there was a struggle, then yes, there would be
It's
some
simply beyond
orange
reason to
hair.
believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that
No.
prove why
I like that.
Makoto
That one's
couldn't
good.
have done
A
it.
little smile. A
I
little
would
smirk.
like to hear these reasons.
Too bad. I have to be mysterious, remember?
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene?
Yes, there was a dead body in it.
Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
They
What do
knocked
you mean?
politely.
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Yes, I do.
Killer struggled to get into the bathroom. The evidence that proves it is the object of the killer broke.
Sayaka's wrist.
I was like, he's so quiet. What is he waiting for? What is it? What is...
Present key item.
I got it!
I got it!
Everyone
The
stop
killer
talking!
Had trouble getting into the bathroom.
Stop talking.
You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Yeah, no, you could literally just hold this controller like upside
Yeah, no,
down.
I'm
for the
not
rest of the
holding it.
The
trial.
doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken.
This one's
See how
slow,
the
like
top
I've said,
part
but
was
they get really
unscrewed?
good.
And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh, yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob.
But there isn't a lock.
This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner.
That's the
It
point.
proves Makoto
Well,
is
yeah.
beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
Look how big his hands are.
These are the hands that I punched her!
This is her. This is the hand that stabbed
Still don't
Sayaka.
see? Okay, let's
I mean,
take
what?
another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully.
Why you
I'm
cut
sorry.
her off?
I'm just acting without
Kyoko
thinking.
said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates.
I guess so.
Here on out, the number of weak starts will spot. There's more than one yellow word.
I figured.
There's only one lie. So there's lots of yellow words, only one is the right choice.
Sounds good. Fail to refute what they said, I'll lower my trust with everyone.
And your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your if your health reaches 0, you die.
Yeah, that's...
If you die in the game,
logic.
you die for real.
What? No! Oh, man, that's no good. That's no good.
Hey kids. Someone tries to touch you in a way you don't like.
Someone tries to break into your bathroom.
That's
The
no
incident
good.
took place in Makoto's room.
She's wrong, it was Sayaka's by the end of
Sayaka
it.
was first attacked in the main room.
That's true.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Huh.
Then the killer ran after her,
Stop, I'm listening to...
and they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Shut up, killer.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong! What? It's nope, that's wrong.
I'm sorry.
In Japanese,
The reason
it's
my bathroom
sorry wa
didn't open wasn't
chigaoyo.
because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Now that you mention it, that is
I was gonna say yeah, and then I saw her and I was like, oh, I have to do it in her voice. And then I was like, wait, no, it's voice acted.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because I locked
it was
it.
stuck.
Because they thought I was a girl.
Because Sayaka was
What are you
leaning her
talking
dead
about?
body against it.
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yep, true as true can be.
I love the shift.
But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door, that's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck.
Charming.
I'm sad now.
Why?
But the killer
the music
didn't know
stopped,
that
I was
and assumed
jamming.
It was locked.
Gotcha.
So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
Because they couldn't open it. Were you not paying attention?
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
What?
Is the signs on the doors?
The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked. So they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime they didn't know
It
was...
took place in my room.
I got it!
I got it!
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
I also like that it freezes them on the last sprite they had, so Taka's over there just like...
You're saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Thanks, Mom.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom.
What?
If Sayaka had been in
just
her
heavily
own
judging.
room,
It is a lot of
then-
listening. Oh, you just mean you're judging me? It's
yeah.
fine.
And there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their
Okay, I was just
actions
checking.
were.
In a future game, you can
Ultimately, we
control the
can't know if
camera
it came
during the
open by
trials.
force or
You
simply
pushed
by
auto.
accident.
Whoops.
But the
I mean,
killer must
yeah.
have been
That might make it
considerably
easier, to be honest.
confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna wait for you to
Wasting
figure that out.
time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
Thanks.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Hifumi. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
Sorry, I wasn't looking at
I'm
Hifumi.
sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did
When
it?
you die.
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Look how guilty he looks standing there.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question. Oh, you.
Oh my gosh.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah.
The cast is not my favorite. I like him, but like,
Well,
there's a
I was just wondering.
dense people in
How
this.
did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so.
That's wrong!
That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
That's very cute.
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Yikes.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular, because of how frightened she was.
She asked me to take a drink of water. There's no way to let them in because...
This one's not the most obvious.
I'm guessing it's the, it's either switching rooms or the nameplates. She asked me to do something. What did she ask you to do? She did not leave someone in because we'd switched
You can
rooms,
also,
right?
yeah. You can look at the evidence with the A button on them. Like this one, it specifically says on this clue later on that it specifically says later on, like, Sayaka was worried because someone was trying to break in, so she asked him to switch
Sayaka
rooms.
was already scared, remember?
But it's not the most obvious if
That's
you're
why
just
she
looking at
asked
the
me to switch rooms
keywords.
in the first place.
Fair.
That doesn't come up too much, though. Same goes for you, Sayaka. Don't let anyone in.
Even if I'm sure it's you, I won't. Otherwise, they could kill me, right?
But you're so cute!
I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh?
What?
Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room.
What's that?
Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
Thank you for your input,
When you
Nina.
write,
What?
you can leave an imprint.
She's just
Sketch over the
excited.
next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
So we know it's not Hina.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique.
She specifically is like, I don't do this.
When I kill people.
Oh, and I should also mention.
We also know it's not Hina because Sayaka wrote the note. It said Sayaka at the bottom of it.
Maybe it was just addressed to her. Really poorly. I don't think Hina would
She
know
found
how
the notepad in our room. I don't know if we caught that.
Only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't.
But
No,
of course you
I didn't.
Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
And I don't think you'd be able to spell that.
You would need her handbook to know how to spell her name.
They hear like from across the hall like, Makoto.
Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Look, I'm not saying Hifumi's a model young man.
But
is he wrong?
I think Taka could resist pretty well.
If some J-pop cutie was like, come to my room.
No, that's unwholesome!
Of course, I'm only into 2Ds, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
I will just splash back
You
on
good?
the water.
All
I'm
right.
good.
Can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Not
Very well then.
Really?
Pay attention.
Very well, pay attention.
Pay attention!
Make your argument. Your nameplate.
Yeah, that's what I figured my thing would
Sayaka
be.
and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I
Yeah.
see. So if someone read that note,
No.
then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Yes.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
Wait, yes.
So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they
What?
would not
I just
have
don't know
any
if I messed up
connection
yet or
to what
not.
happened.
It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. You have 10 minutes to figure it
my
out.
gosh.
So the killer went to my room instead of Sayaka's, and the reason for that is it has to be because of what got switched between my and Sayaka's rooms.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But
Yes.
in the note, the place they were asked to
What
come
did I
to,
miss? I think they were all right.
it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read
Read
that
that
note,
note.
then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna
And
say
the
that's
room
wrong.
that-
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Break!
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just
Why
like
did
the
the
rooms
Nintendo
themselves.
Switch?
Oh.
Sorry.
I was thinking like a switchblade, and she was like,
Oh.
they got switched.
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Yes.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching their nameplates would be no problem.
Mondo.
And the one who switched them
Just the whole
well,
time.
of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
She's just casually like, so if the nameplates were switched, it couldn't have been you.
Right? Okay, then who did it?
I don't know, Leon.
Who switched the nameplates? There's only one person. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms.
Wait, what?
It's saying who switched the nameplates on the doors.
It was Sayaka because
It
she
would have had
told
to
them
be
to
someone
come.
who knew.
She told her to come to her
Me
room.
and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Yes.
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates.
When I first played, I was like, does
Sayaka.
Monokuma just like change him? Because he's like, no, you gotta know who you're killing. Like, I was just so confused, but. There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, here's my impression of Makoto reading as Sayaka. Okay, that's all. That's all. That's enough of that. Check the nameplates. Blah, 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 blah.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
Okay.
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why
I
would
feel
anyone
like
do
I feel
that?
like the gears are turning.
To
Not
understand
really.
that,
Okay, I'm just kind of waiting for them to turn for me.
we first
fair.
need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room.
There was a
That's where
struggle.
the answer lies.
And they picked up hair.
Happened then was probably
Unwholesome!
Hold on! This is a visual joke and I'm doing it off camera.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Basically, he's smacking, they're attacking, and then they're like, hold on! Lint roll, lint roll. It's bad, I failed. It's fine, we all know
Good
it.
job, man. That was funny.
came in and attacked her.
What?
We figured it out. We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes?
I love this
You
accent.
just like that. It's really good.
It's so
Her voice
sweet.
actor does a really good job.
Sayaka, I just love it.
Perhaps the answer to our
And then you
previous
butcher
question
it.
I'm
lies
not
in that
butchering it,
initial
I'm enhancing
struggle.
it.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
I think Sayaka got
That
stabbed.
reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Was it perhaps used on your arms and face?
The sun is now in my face, and I don't know if it's causing problems or not.
Let me check real quick.
What's the deal with that sword?
Don't touch any buttons. Let
Okay.
me check real quick. We're very red, I feel.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's bothering me. I just know that I'm red and it bothers me.
So here's a fun game for all of you at home.
What's your game?
A fun drinking game. Every time one of these characters scratches the back of their head, take a shot. You'll be dead before the trial's over.
Oh, there's plenty of other ones.
Suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself.
There's actually a group, a couple of guys that do a playthrough of this where they do take shots throughout. They just drink all the time, and like one of their rules is anytime there's a ... with no actual dialogue, like they take a shot.
That does happen a lot.
Seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
Why the sword though?
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
I know, I was there.
The reason I
did
know
it.
Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Why do I know that her wrist was broken with the sword? When you look at her wrist,
it's too big to be Toko's hands. So that rules her out.
You picked
whoops.
up. Look at it.
I got it!
I got him!
All you have to do is take
I
a
like
quick
to
look
think
at her broken
he's-
wrist, and it should become pretty clear.
I like to think he just like says the first thing. There's one reason that it couldn't be because when it broke her wrist, and everybody just waits and he's like, that's wrong!
Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something
No,
glittery
people like
there.
to be
See?
like, so when he's doing this thinking, he's just like, I got it! It's like,
what is it, Makoto?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you.
Wow, it's kind of like Sayaka.
And there's some on her wrist because...
What's that supposed to mean?
We talked to her twice and she was like, I'm your assistant.
That is fair.
She got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Thank you, Taka.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
I think my wife is home.
Your door's open, so I hope it's her.
My wife?
We'll be back.
We'll be right back. Hold on. Maybe we'll just cut it here.
Sure.
Nah, we'll go a little bit longer. We'll be right back.
Okay, bye.
I'm trying to think time-wise. My wife!
I thought you were gonna play the recorder when that happened.
Okay, we're back. I'll probably throw some of that in, maybe.
That's
Possibly,
sure.
but
Lovely. The truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
His arm, his fourth arm is going nuts over there.
he has a third eye and a fourth arm. What happened in my room?
Sayaka died.
And what led to Sayaka's death? That's
stabbing.
what thanks, Daniel.
The stabbing is
That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates.
Oh
I
my
think this is
gosh.
going to tell you when you can...
Are you getting used to them? Good. That's it.
Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets. Wait, we're only here? Oh, good heavens. Okay, go.
Just like with the weak spots, only one bullet can refute it. In other words, from here on out, I have to keep my eyes open. Yes, understandable. Wrong combination. Rotate the
press
cylinder.
the LB to rotate the cylinder. It's good to know.
Press and release it to cycle through each bullet. Cool. Or you can hold it down, then use the left stick to select a specific bullet.
Oh, that's a typo too. It says left/N stick. It's like a programming thing.
By the way, if the logic difficulty is at the kind, fewer bullets will be loaded. Purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean.
It's not.
Thank you.
It's not. It's only like 3 bullets.
Well then, good luck and have fun.
You get like 5 later on from the start.
You sure? Replica sword, kitchen knife, replica sword.
The sheath, the knife, and
the blades.
sword. Yeah.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke
Not
Miss
positive.
Maizono's wrist.
So she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
Potentially.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
Yes.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, so I missed something somewhere along the line.
If the person with the sword really did attack for, these are hints.
Okay,
and you're skipping
gotcha.
through it, so-
I was reading it. The sheath was not what they used. I just pictured.
Sword. And that's when the first blow was
Okay,
dealt.
shut up, I'm saying a thing.
A sword-based sneak attack.
So I figured.
Sorry, continue.
I figured there was like they didn't have time to unsheath it, so they just like went for it right away, broke her wrist, and then were like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it.
No, I will
with
say,
something
for as
sharp.
easy as this trial is, and as like bald face they make the truth, there is some interesting. Stop skipping. There's some. Stop talking over. He just told me. No, there are some interesting elements to it that I didn't see coming when I played it.
Interesting. Like
If the
spoiler
sword
elements
was
or
used
just
first. There wouldn't
Just
be
like
any
elements to the
explanation
case
for
that
the
I didn't
scratch on the sheath.
figure out on my own.
If you are going to attack with the sword, you take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Like me.
Okay, so how
You talking about Hifumi or Mon?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive
You were
weapon.
on thin ice for a second there.
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually.
And they keep
You're
panning
saying
up from the
sword
bottom.
was
Yeah.
usually used to defend against an attack from the knife.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played
All right,
out.
Taco, let's see what you got this time.
The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere.
All right.
Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too.
Checks out so far.
And after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Please click away.
I need to finish this poop.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Why not, Kyoko?
How the hell can you not think that?
Because it was you, Leon.
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you wanted to use a sword, Daniel, which part of your body would have to touch it?
There are
Is
people,
it your palms?
There are people that swallow
your stomach,
swords.
or specifically a broken wrist.
She did touch it with the broken wrist. There's glitter. It's the evidence.
I got it!
I got it. Her palms were sweaty.
talking about
Knees
her
weak.
palms,
Arms were
right?
heavy. Pink blood's on her sweater already.
The palms of her
Mom
hands were
spaghetti.
perfectly clean. So I
She's
don't think she ever
nervous.
picked up the sword.
I'm kind of annoyed how well you did Sakura and like Taka in a row.
You know that just by
They're saying she didn't hold the sword.
Yes, we
Like
got
I
that.
said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it.
It is
In
interesting
fact,
that we're like
if you look, you'll notice that a lot lot of the gold has
we're like kind of
already
getting
come
into a
off the
rhythm
handle.
of commentary, and then I'm like, so here's an hour and a half of no talking.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's like
It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands.
I worry that if I talk over them, I'm not going to be like neither one of us will be understandable.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's really no way she could have picked it up and come
Let's be
away
real, most of the people
completely
watching this
clean.
have already seen Danganronpa.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of Sayaka's dead body.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Maybe she washed her hands.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Who would have time?
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, Toko.
No, that's not it at all.
He's like, what the freak, Toko? No.
Yeah, that was out of no. Somebody's fishing for compliments here.
Watch off the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at
The
night.
water can't remove it.
She's afraid of water.
But only at nighttime.
I got it!
I got it, guys, I got
According
it.
to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
I'm not going to offer to help, but
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
she makes it hard sometimes.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
The peanut gallery is something else.
So anyway,
We just
if Sayaka never touched the sword,
yeah.
then that
What's that?
means
Have you never heard that phrase? Like quiet in the peanut gallery?
No, what?
What? Okay, this is mind-boggling to me.
Is it like a common phrase?
Yeah, like a pretty common one.
In that case, yeah, I
it's
know
just
what it
like
means.
the general consensus.
Who used the sword?
Yeah, that's my next guess.
But hold on. If that's right.
It's fine. I mean,
hold on, that's right. If that's right.
The one who damaged the sheath would have had to have been the one without the sword.
which was shoot, I wasn't saying.
Basically, they're saying
Sayaka had the sword, right?
Basically, they're saying Sayaka could not have held the sword
could not,
because her hands were dirty.
I'm getting there.
She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
I was talking.
And the one who attacked first was... Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if
you following?
She'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
I'm following, but I really want some more evidence because none of it is here for this argument yet. Other than the fact that she asked someone to come over and had the knife, which is a big factor, I guess.
And the sword was scratched on the sheath, which means someone had to block with the sword.
Right, but yeah.
Took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who
That's pretty
suggested
great.
you two switch rooms, correct?
Which is nice because everyone else has like American accents, and she's like, oh, Makoto. It's like, Makoto. Aw.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
That was kind of coming.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
No, not yet. We haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, out of context, like, he sounds very excited.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room, where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out, while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
I'm just ignoring my feelings and just dancing.
That's fair.
So all that's why she switched the names?
Makes sense.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
Yeah.
For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
Also, she very clearly took the knife in front of Hina, so like, Hina could have been like, the knife was with Sayaka. Weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
They're also next door.
I'm such a simp.
She was the ultimate pop sensation.
She was.
A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
10 minutes into Murder and Chill, and she gave you that look.
Wait,
You talking about Toko?
saying
Yeah.
she had this all planned
Yeah.
out?
The electric ice.
Rock.
My wife plays Pokemon and sometimes asks what's strong against what. I don't know if she got picked up, but we definitely
I
did.
don't think she did. I barely could hear it over.
Anyways, she had it all planned out.
planned out.
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn.
Go knife!
That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
She just threw it, and then it was just sitting there.
They
She
just
like,
deflect it with the sword once, and they're like, alright.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Thank you for the summary.
Just hold on! That can't be
Oh,
true!
shut up, Makoto. You don't have any evidence for this.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now.
Monokuma is a
Hurry up and
move.
decide who did it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over?
No.
Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go,
I only have like 8 that I
there's
haven't
nothing
used.
left. Okay, let's stop here real
Okay.
quick. I was debating if I wanted to split these up or not, but like if I try to do trials in one episode, which some playthroughs do, we're gonna hit
It's gonna
like
be
2,
long.
3, 4 hour episodes, and I don't really want to do that. So we're gonna
Wow.
split it up. Sorry if you want more, but stay tuned. There's no clues left, so who knows what'll happen in the next one. I also just have to pee, so that's part of it. But every episode ends with me saying what I have to do in between episodes.
Yeah.
Not much. Any thoughts
No, it's probably
on the state of affairs?
I just think Makoto's like dumb.
Wow, what a revelation you've had. Stop doing that on camera.
What? It's probably not even on camera.
But yeah. Thanks for watching. In the next episode, his leg was twitching. We could hear it. Next episode, we'll finish the trial.
Yeah,
someone's
someone's
gonna
gonna
takes
die.
us. Where
Probably.
it takes us.
I'm assuming someone's gonna die.
Well, according to Monokuma, at least someone does. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll see you
Thanks
then.
for watching. See you then.
Bye. Wow, what a comedic genius.